Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. I hope you're enjoying this wonderful season of reuniting with your family in whatever way that means for you. I'm definitely enjoying my day in a new way. I haven't been looking at it the same way. Not really about food for me. Not really about Monopoly this year. Just about finding the peace inside myself and the love that I feel for people I know, things I'm doing, yoga, love in my heart. Enjoying how things fall together and life was always surprising you with wonderful things that show up. Like the more you're connected to your spirit, the more this happens, the more God is with you. So that's been really enjoyable for me. So if I'm looking at this, I'm thinking I did the feminine messages. I did the masculine messages. So it looks like I'm back to the twins, back to the relationship. So before we get started, I just wanted to invite Tara blessings to us today. The merciful mother of beings to be with us, emerging within all experiences, to empower our eyes to see your beauty and open our hearts to receive your compassion. Om Tare Tutare Ture Svaha. I've been reading cards since I got my first deck in high school. I had a relative who looked into coffee or tea leaves, I'm not sure which one, and saw that my sister would be pregnant with her first child when she wasn't even there. And my mother has visions, and she's a shaman. And I'm a yoga teacher, and I like to research and read about psychiatry, psychology, astrology. So I'm working on my tarot. I'm definitely not an expert by any stretch, but I enjoy doing it. So let's get started, okay? I have a card. My mom's traveled a lot. This one's from Nepal. So in the couple, I'm working on the female, male messages. I've got Tara for new beginnings and the Ace of Swords currently. We'll read these out. We've got Vancouver, BC, Van Dusen Gardens, Eight of Pentacles, and the Empress. So the male is working hard and diligently towards having his Empress, towards having his woman who is of the earth. She is fertile, ready for family and children and marriage, often representing earth signs. Also air signs, Libra, Gemini, Venus, Libra, Taurus, Libra, Venus signs, right? So of the earth, and he's working diligently towards the relationship, towards her. Tara, who brings her new beginnings. So the woman is working on new beginnings between her and her masculine, and a powerful new beginning with her intellect, with her intelligence, with her verbal words and communication, and how she sees love and relationship. So together they're bringing those powerful dynamics. Okay, let's start with the masculine today. Let's clarify his current situation, please. Can you tell us a little bit more about the Empress and the Eight of Pentacles? Ace of Wands. That's lovely. So the Ace of Wands is coming out of the sky. The wand has new growth for new spiritual energy coming from God or divine spirit. And represents fire and passion and purity. We have Temperance, finding balance, finding patience, tempering oneself. The card of Sagittarius, finding balance. And we have the Queen of Wands. Could be Sag. Sometimes it's considered actually Leo, or someone who does some divination or magic. The Lion's there. She's the Queen of Wands. So we've got fire, a lot of fire energy here underneath him, connecting those energies. It looks like he's been working towards his Empress with fiery passions and working really diligently. Could be a Sagittarius or Leo, a fire sign. Could also be Earth, Taurus, or Libra, love. Doesn't have to be those signs. Sometimes I don't even really like to read them that way, but I like to let people know what they represent. Sometimes I've even heard of the Empress being more Gemini, because Gemini rules the lovers. But it looks like he's definitely working towards someone he has an interest in, with new passion. Okay, so let's see what the female, the queen, it's a little too many. Sorry about that. I'm still learning how to shuffle sometimes. We've had the Queen of Cups, the Ace of Cups, the Seven of Cups, the Three of Wands, the Two of Swords, Three of Swords, Five of Cups, Justice, Pentacles, Queen of Swords. But that's too many, so we're not reading those. Just that they're bubbling around in there somewhere. So the energy of having a zero, a new beginning, and an ace. Got the King of Pentacles that fell out. So a man who's embracing his leadership and his ability over the material realm, his ability to earn money and present maybe to the female. He might be someone she's looking at for possible security or possible relationship. It could represent a Taurus or an Earth sign, Capricorn, Virgo. And the Seven of Cups, so kind of having a lot of different visions. She's got a lot of visions, a lot of ideas, fantasies, and choices in her life about what she'd like to focus on, which can be distracting. Maybe she's just not sure where to focus, right? It looks like there's a lot of options, and maybe one of those will be better for her to focus on than the others. She's kind of like, do I want to focus on having a castle? Do I want to focus on having the changes in a relationship, being a princess, being a queen, love, snakes and fears and scary hidden messages? What do I want to focus on in this? Like changing it. And sometimes, when you're in that stage of thinking about a lot of things, the best thing to think about in that stage is stopping the thoughts that aren't working. Like just letting them go, just like stopping that energy. Can you clarify for me? We're going to go back to Temperance and the Queen of Wands in a second. But can you clarify for me the Seven of Cups? when you look at the Nine of Staves, feeling kind of like you're pausing to reevaluate a situation that's been trapping you with your passion. Like you can't move forward with your goals and your ideas and the things you really want to do. So she's thinking about changing that situation that's not working, because she needs to get in touch with her inner passion, her spirit. She's thinking about a relationship with a twin flame or a soulmate. Could be the card of the twin flame or soulmate. Hey, and receiving messages that are coming in, fast messages that are coming in, that she'll be receiving soon from either a twin flame message or a spiritual possible union with a soulmate. Let's see what the masculine has going on here with Temperance. Holy smokes. Jeez Louise. Maybe too many. Okay. Boy, we had a lot of stuff popping out. Way too many. Can you clarify Temperance here? Let's look at Temperance came out first, and then we'll look at the Queen of Wands. Thank you. So either offering love, Page, to a Sagittarius, offering love and dreams and passion, or offering from a balanced way, wanting to offer from a balanced way, being patient so he can offer love when he's ready, when he has everything in alignment, but he's looking at trying to be patient and wait to see if he's even interested in making this offer, I think. So let's look at the Queen of Wands. Can you clarify for me the Queen of Wands? That's coming in the future here. Making somebody more of a commitment, making somebody more of a, making a commitment to this patient love that you're growing here. Towards his masculine, moving towards his feminine. This is just kind of like the current situation. Her part, his part. Okay, I'm just going to take the bottom here. So the King of Pentacles again. So this is the second time. So he's wanting to move and make an offer of love towards the Queen. An earth sign of some kind, Venus, Moon, Sun, with some sort of fiery sign. Venus, Moon, Sun rising, same. And I'm going to take this top card. And the Knight of Wands, coming in with a message. Bravely coming in to send a message. And he almost isn't sure if he's even interested yet in commitment, so he's going to start out a little bit slow when he comes with that message. So the King of Pentacles showing the bull on the top of his crown. And then a fiery message maybe coming in from an Aries, Sag, Leo, fire sign coming in. So somebody that has some fire and some air, fire and some water maybe, a Pisces, some Cancer energy. Okay, we're going to keep those up there. The Empress, the 8, the Ace, New Beginnings. Thank you, Nepal and Vancouver, BC. Laughing at myself. Okay, let's do some more Paul and Spain. Vera, Spain, and Paul. Okay, let's look to the Empress again. The 8. Let's see about what other information about how the masculine's feeling today, in this week, and for next couple weeks, with what he's working on for his Empress. How's he feeling about what he's been working on? How's he doing in his heart? Let's use 3 cards. I'll clarify this with 3 cards. Thank you. I'm going to take the bottom. He's feeling less chained up, less tied up, still kind of being ruled a little bit by Saturn's energy, by working hard, working through any addictions, but he's not feeling as addicted, not as chained up. Sometimes you see 2 naked women chained up, like feeling like not as addictive or obsessive, or working on addiction and obsession and not feeling that energy the same way. He's working on being the Emperor, moving towards the Empress. Aries, working towards being the king of his empire, with fiery wisdom, but balanced wisdom, smart wisdom. The Aries, the Emperor, is interested in peace and being steady. And then we have the Sun, working towards making sure everything comes out in the open. There'll be invitations. Sometimes a little bit of pride and ego, if you look at this as the card of Leo, or the Sun, being in the Sun, being innocent and open and loving energy, coming out in a victory or a win. I don't really like to read cards like negatively, but there is sometimes a more negative side to the Sun, but it can mean children. It has a feeling to me of being warm and open to his Empress, and not necessarily wanting to chain her up. So his energy isn't like jealous anymore. He doesn't feel hurt. He doesn't feel obsessed. Sometimes people do stuff out of hurt or pain to hurt somebody else, maybe not out of understanding, but I don't get that sense, because that's the card upside down. I feel like he's been working on that. Not having obsessions, feeling like he wants to be healthy, like to work towards a healthy union that he can bring out into the open with her. Okay, so let's look at the masculine, the feminine energy, side of the relationship. Good, we got 3 for her. What's her energy like? Okay, so the 4 of Pentacles can kind of mean that she is holding on to an offer, or holding on to her feelings, or just kind of cleaning, like I've arrived at this energy, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, and I'm just with this energy right now. And so she might be a little more closed and just hanging on to what she has. She wants to be probably working on being more open towards sharing with others. So she tends to get closed off and stops sharing and shuts down. Maybe doesn't want to share for some reason. The Queen of Swords is a little bit interesting. When she offers, sometimes from a stern position, like what I say goes. Like, I'm a very intellectual, this is what I think. I'm very black and white. I'm kind of like a queen, but a queen of my intellect. And so therefore, I'm going to be logical when I express it to you. Okay? So I think if I were to read this like she's been working on not clinging to very strict, trying to work on softening some of that, some of the strict verbal words that could be a little sharp, but she's also very smart. So some of what she knows is very smart. Do you see the butterfly on her head and her makeup? So she's really oriented towards transforming, but understanding language. See, all these, like, could be an air sign sometimes. Swords are air, intellect. So Gemini, Aquarius has some of that energy. Libra, And then the star. The star is moving towards hopes and dreams, optimism, hope, wishing on a dream coming true. She has this idea, like he has the star, she has the star towards her masculine and he has the sun towards her. So they have some goals of being together in a certain way, like her by night, him by day. And even though he's working on being an emperor, she's working on being a queen, they both have things they're working through that are like the negative sides of themselves that they're trying to pursue toward one another. So that was kind of like their feelings. Let's do one more. We're going to work on one more idea about what's the future outcome for these twin flames. So sometimes I've been thinking about this a lot lately. Like twin flames can be connected in the spirit and a spiritual journey. Like two people can know each other on a higher energy level. Like the 3D is the physical reality, and a lot of it's like rules and laws and how to be in society. It's kind of came up upside down. The Empress again, but the 3D, right? Paying your bills, living on this planet, and then the 5D, 4D, we're already moving in that direction. We're already working on changing our energy into light bodies, into light workers, into healers of the earth. So with the twin flame union, they are connected in this spiritual way. They are working on their spiritual union. However, sometimes you'll see that they aren't connected in the 3D at all. These twin flames you'll see are in separation. Not all, but some. And so therefore it makes it harder to figure out the 3D, because although they're working on their spirit, they're not very grounded to their union in reality. So they feel each other, they sense each other, they want to be connected on the earth, and yet there's some separation oftentimes. So when the Empress comes again upside down for the future, and there's a right side up one, it makes me feel like he isn't ready for his Empress. It's still there. She's still there, but she maybe is not feeling as interested, or he's not as interested, or she's starting to pull away in some way. So the future right now is that I feel like there's some uncertainty with the Empress for some reason. Let's get some more cards. So I'm going to take the bottom and the top because I'm not getting much of anything here. So I think with the Empress, he's trying to say, I'm being faithful, I'm here, I'm loyal, I have faith in this relationship, and I want to be faithful to you. Or there's a question about faith, whether or not he's been faithful to her. But he doesn't seem like he has an Empress, as the future is what it feels like. Like he doesn't really want, he's working towards it, but he doesn't really have her yet. But he has faith that he will, but he's chained up. So they're still in separation. Right? And he's still chained up again to obsessions or ideas, or chained up where he can't move, maybe interested in a Capricorn. So, or maybe his message is, I don't want to be involved if it's going to chain me up. I don't want a girlfriend or be faithful to somebody who's going to chain me up to obsessions and not really be a real person. That's really helpful for me in my life. That's his current outcome he's working on. So getting back to what I was saying about twin flames is sometimes people just want a soulmate because it's easier. Like someone who's actually on this planet and is not working through all this spiritual stuff, but somebody you can actually like be with, right? And I've been thinking about that on my journey too, as I work through all my spiritual issues and healing myself. And wondering, like, is it worth waiting around for the twin who has all of the same energy that you have, is on the same spiritual wavelength, telepathy, connection, energy, all of that present, but there's no connection together on the physical plane, right? So that's really hard for a lot of people to live in their spirit. But at the same time, we're all trying to get to the fourth and fifth dimension where we're living in this new place on the planet. So we have a lot of stuff to do before we get to that dimension. We've already passed through the Lionsgate portal. 888. We've already done that. So we can't go back. We're going to be in the spiritual zone from now on. We're going to be in the higher fifth dimension. We're going to be light bodies. We're going to be made of diamonds, crystals, and rainbows. And we need to protect our energy and ourself from anything that takes away from that. From, the devilly energy, the evil energy, like he's still caught up in the 3D and not sure that he can have an empress for some reason. And she's got the 10 of Cups. She's like looking forward to a family and a union and children and being together and living together and wanting a home. Love, union. So the feminine's been working on that for a long time, and her masculine is like sort of not in the same boat. I've got the Queen of Cups. She's looking for somebody, or she's feeling like she has her heart, her third eye, her spiritual self, her emotions are very much real and in line. And she either is looking for the King of Cups, someone who's emotionally expressive and open and honest with his feelings. She's looking for somebody like that. Or she has that to offer him. The side of her masculine has a very good foundation for her. Her side is emotionally adept to sharing with him. She's been juggling. She's like a dancer. She's juggling a couple different things in her life, whatever that is. Financially, work-oriented. And she's content with that. She's good with that. She's happy with that in her three-dimensional world. And this card came out sideways. It's sort of lying down upside down, where she is pausing on her health, maybe. Working on her health is not so good. Feels a little sad for the masculine. Let's do one more for him, clarifying this. Empress is upside down. And I don't know if it means he feels like she's not interested or he's not interested. We have it upright. And faith, not having faith in her, not feeling faithful towards her. I'm not sure. Having the devil, lust, detachment. What's going on with the masculine? What's the situation if the outcome looks like he's still in separation? What is the deal for him? What should the feminine know about her energy, of the energy with the masculine? What should she do? Should she continue to hold on to this idea of a masculine? Those just flipped out. Wow. Okay. Okay. So to me, it looks like things are really changing for him. A relationship or relationships are ending or changing. Values, ideas, communication in the family or within himself. He's got some old habits, the death of the devil. He's got that going on. So he's got the death of a lot of changes. So he's working through an ending of some sort. So he can't move forward with his Empress because the energy is tangled up and he needs to change it and get out. He still has temperance. He still has patience. He's still trying to balance himself and work through that. He may even have that already, which is, again, the card of Sagittarius. So interesting, maybe balancing out his fiery energy or his dreams or his passions or traveling, or maybe just focusing on some of that stuff that keeps him balanced patiently. And then he has judgment. So it's a feeling of like returning or coming back maybe coming back to make amends, or looking at the final judgment within himself, how he really judges the situation, forgiving, coming back, like being reborn. Those angels calling them up out of the grave, being reborn in temperance. And then I have the Hermit upside down, like not being alone right now. Moving towards a reunion, judgment with somebody, asking for forgiveness, maybe with the Sagittarius, because we've got that in there. Or forgiving a situation that's changed with this person. I've got Virgo or Sag upside down. Let's use these female cards to clarify one more time, because I don't have a lot of cards in that other deck that aren't major arcana, because I have all the cards that are major arcana. So I want to look at what is dying, what he's moving towards, how he's going to move towards not being alone, not being isolated, healing himself. Like maybe he's not working on healing himself anymore. Maybe he's coming out of that. What can you tell us just a bit longer on this last reading here about the death, the changes he's going through with temperance? Temperance, judgment, having a reconciliation, a rebirth. Not being alone. What else do you got? I've got Fortune and Lakshmi on the bottom, the goddess Lakshmi. She is really having to do with riches. He's moving towards the goddess Lakshmi and holding on, either holding on to her or holding on to his ideas and his fortune, working on his fortune, working on Lakshmi energy, which you've got Radha and Krishna. Interesting. I still really feel like he's changing relationships, being reborn, but not alone, because he's working on the 3D. He is working on his foundation, his financial foundation. It's really what I see. Moving towards the Queen of Staves again. Okay. So for her, she has dreams of fantasies of being in love, having a home and a family, that traditional 3D situation, with a mastery of their emotions, being connected emotionally and in love. She wants to work still, work on things that she's doing, and put her health back together, because she's been fighting a good fight and stopped. She doesn't want to fight with him in that same way. She's been working on herself. She's been working towards the Emperor, the card of Aries, the counterpart to the Empress, like the King and Queen in the deck. So whenever those show up together, that's very powerful for the reading. But I've got the Sun, feeling like things are still not in awareness. Things aren't in the open. Things still aren't feeling... it's not as bad when it's a major arcana and upside down. It's not as strong negatively. It's still powerful. It still has the same meaning that an upside sun would have, but it's just less. It's just feeling like things are less open, not as open. So she is moving towards an Emperor, peace in her masculine side. She's healing her masculine energy. He's healing his feminine energy. Moving towards a queen, working hard, the Queen of Staves, which could be a fire sign again. Leo, Sag. Another Aries, perhaps. She's working towards an emperor, Aries, fire. Okay. What do you see as the outcome here? I gotta shut the door in a second. It's kind of cold. Sometimes these fall down, but I'm like, eh. So that came out and it was the Empress upside down. Fell out upside down. So the Empress, this is interesting. Okay. The Empress is upside down in both decks. I kind of get this right now. So the Empress often is, like I said, fertility, having children, pregnancy. Do you see she's pregnant? I'm wondering if, and the Emperor is looking right at her and she's upside down. I'm wondering, for my understanding of this, is that maybe they're both not looking to have children. That seems like that was the jackpot. Maybe not right now. Not ever. That first one was the King of Pentacles again. An earth sign. Does the Emperor not want to have children? Yeah, so maybe not wanting to be pregnant. Okay, not wanting to have children. Not wanting to have children with the twin flame. Okay, 2 more shuffles. I'm going to pull a few more cards. Thank you. Got Temperance over here. The King of Pentacles moving towards the Sagittarius, the Temperance. The female moving towards the Sagittarius, towards the Sag. Devil upside down, trying to correct being chained up, trying to correct, but less influence for her of being chained up to lust and ideas about the King of Pentacles and Temperance. Balancing stuff. She's not feeling as chained up anymore to that situation. Man, okay. Man, this is a really crazy reading. Okay, let's get... Thank you. Okay. Dang. Wow, okay. Let's get some cards on the table about their energy together. I see some separation, some different issues kind of. I don't know if you do. Some interesting issues that they're working through separately. Some of the same energy that they're working on. We have a bunch of cards that came up. Emperor, Empress, Devil, Temperance. Let's work on a couple combined cards about their combined... I know we did the future, but let's look at their combined energies together when we look at how they are together as a union. Okay, so far I've got the Page of Pentacles. This is how it came out. The Page of Pentacles, the Six of Pentacles, the Six of Wands, the Eight of Cups reversed, the Strength card reversed, and the Seven of Swords reversed. Liking it. Okay. All right, let's take 3 more for the outcome of the union. I like it. Man, it's hard being an empath like me because if the music's sad, if the cards are sad, it makes me feel a little sad. Okay, I get to shut that door. I'm working on my diet for the 5th dimension. I'm trying to now be a vegetarian. So for Thanksgiving, I had 3 bites of meat, and it didn't feel good. But I had some great pasta with veggies and some potato, twice baked potato, some cranberry sauce, a roll, and then I had an affogato, a coffee with whipped cream in it. Lots of water. Oh, and some spaghetti squash with pesto. Okay, I'll take one more, please. Man, next time I need to do this live because then I won't have to upload it. Duh, I should have done that. Shoot. Okay. I was thinking about doing one more line. That sounded really bizarre. One more line. One more line. So I will do one more line. Okay. Give me one more card, and then we're gonna read this. Okay, the energy about what they need to know psychically together is... So I'm reading this from the Page of Pentacles, the new beginning, the new ideas and dreams about money. When you look at financial 3D reality, the premise around that is one person giving to another. And it feels like one person is giving to another only. But when you look at it that way, you can't get the chance to see if you're going to reciprocate the other way. So sometimes people's ego thinks I'm giving to the other. But sometimes it's giving, like you see the coins going down, but the coins could be going up. So it's like reciprocity, like giving to each other in the material plane. If I remember correctly, the 6 of Wands is a victory card. Learning to be victorious with this idea of giving in reciprocity. Yeah, she's riding a white horse, and supposedly she's got all these white pearls. It's a victory. Acknowledging that they are giving to each other in this new journey on the 3D. Let's use that as the physical realm. Okay, the mental realm is leaving a journey, turning away from a journey, but okay, realizing you're on another journey. Like you're going away from this journey, but now you're going away from another journey into a new journey. Okay, this doesn't make any sense. So when it's upright, you're leaving to go on a journey and you're leaving your cups. But instead of doing that, you're on the journey. You're not leaving. You're on this other journey now, staying. I'm sorry, that's really hard to explain. But you haven't really been taming on this intellectual journey that you're on. You haven't really been taming a lot of your fears, okay? When you're strong, you're working on taming a lot of fears and working on being vulnerable to your own spirit. So for some reason, while they're on this journey, they haven't been doing that. So it's kind of like they've been walking away, stopping, walking away, and then confused and not strong with it, not strong with this journey at all. And in fact, there's been a little bit of trickery between them too on the intellectual vibe plane, right? Things haven't been honest between them. They've been holding some swords in the back. On the mental plane, it feels like no one is coming forward with love, the Page of Wands. No one is coming forward with their feelings and their offering emotionally. But there's also not a third party situation. 3 cups, a celebration. Doesn't feel like they're enjoying or having fun with each other. And it could be that there was 3 people, but now it's not. And that could even be friends celebrating. Like there's no longer a feeling of friendship celebrating right now in the mental, in the emotional. And they're getting thrown out. It's ending. There'll be a big change of this. This isn't working. So it's going to stop. Things are going to end because this isn't working. And then for the outcome for both of them, they have the Ace of Swords. So, that sound was horrible. So coming to a new intellectual understanding, a brand new energy of their feelings together. Unfortunately, it's not coming in right now. The luck is not coming in right now. And there's going to be temperance, so we need to be patient. We need to be patient. Card of Sag. We need to feel patient. So if I'm looking at this, it's like looking at thoughts. Maybe it's not very fortunate unless we have patience and balance and reason and respect. But the victory felt like people weren't being honest and we got thrown out around patience and trust and balance. And when we're giving to each other, we're not feeling strong about it, we're not recognizing it, we're not dealing with our fears, we can't have a good time, there's no luck. When we're giving from a place of not having strength, we can't celebrate, we can't have our wins, there's no fortune. In a new journey of financial, we're going away from our old ideas in a new way, but we haven't been forward, so we have to have a new idea about it and balance this energy, these dreams and passions and energy, so that we can have fortune, traveling and dreams and stuff like that. So this relationship and being the 3D, the 3D doesn't look very healthy at all to me with these two. Unless there's going to be some patience for working through this stuff on the 3D. Because it has not been easy for them whatsoever so far. And sometimes it isn't. When you've come up against your twin soul, you haven't been with, but you've had other positive or negative lifetimes with, it doesn't always work right away. And both people don't really even know what's going on or why. Some people figure it out. It doesn't take as long as others. So show us what lesson would help us get through this into this current life from the past, sharing that they left off on where they're not successful. How could they be successful with each other? More successful with each other. Call in your guardian angel to help you. gypsy peasant girl carries a basket while strolling along a woodland path. Daylights are fast diminishing and heavy mist shrouds the landscape. She pauses as if in a moment of quiet recognition. Perhaps she can sense the presence of her guardian angel above. Her guardian angel holds pink carnations, which are associated with the tenderness of motherly love, and they may be destined as a symbolic offering to be placed in the empty basket. The word angel derives from the Greek word angelus, meaning messenger. As God's emissaries, angels are vehicles of unconditional love and service to humanity. In particular, guardian angels are thought to guide and protect the onward journey of the soul during its sojourn toward God. Guardian angels can take a myriad of forms, which reflect the consciousness of the individual at any given time. For some, the vision of their angel, whether seen, heard, or felt, remains fixed, but for others it changes. The presence of this card indicates your need for reassurance, direction, or protection, and invites you to enter the silence and connect with your guardian angel. Raise the vibration of your request by being mindful of the quality of your thoughts and questions, as this in turn affects the response you'll be given. Be patient and listen carefully, as our angels often communicate in unexpected ways, but always in accordance with the perfection of divine timing. So go ahead and call on your angels to stop the incessant struggle, the worry, the confusion, the lack of strength, the lack of feeling passionate, the lack of knowing which direction to journey, the lack of feeling like you're being honest or being triggered in a sort of like hiding stance, the lack of feeling celebratory, the lack of feeling fortune. Call in your guardian angels to help you through this time. I'd be curious to know if there's something else we need to cut out in this relationship or something else we need to bring in. Thank you. Great. To be fair, there's an owl. This really cool looking queen who's balancing a fortune cookie and an egg. I can't tell what the fortune cookie says. To be fair, 38, which is 11, so a soulmate, a twin flame number, which is 11. Balance, justice, a need to consider options, mutual benefit, and the law of cause and effect. Life offers experiences that are challenging and experiences that are nourishing, yet over time they strike to balance. You move from being from stasis to doing, from discovering, from doing to you move from being from stasis to doing, from discovering to loving, to letting go, to being again. Life is a pendulum swinging between all these states. You will always oscillate back and forth between doing and being. If you are not content with where you are at this moment, remember that all experiences have their place. Accept them without judgment, and you will see how the universe adjusts. In perfect balance, you reap what you sow. For every cause there is an effect. Wondrous things will be revealed to you now. So, not holding firm to an idea, they got to roll with the punches. To be, to do, to go through, change, together, without fighting it, letting it go, letting it be. I'll read you two more oracle cards. Daughters of the Red Tent, number 4. Daughters of the Red Tent. Four is also a twin flame number. It's usually a card of marriage. But in this deck, it probably means something different. Daughters of the Red Tent. You are at the threshold of a new life. You've outgrown the world you once knew and even the person you once believed yourself to be. This is a sign of good life to come, yet at the threshold there can be some danger. For that which is new is vulnerable until it gains full strength. You are held in sacred protection throughout this time of transition. Soon you shall emerge in full maturity and strength, integrated and ready to bring yourself to the world in a new form. It has been decreed thus by nature herself, and so shall be it. So if you are in a new relationship, in a new union with somebody, call on your guardian angels to protect you, to be fair to everyone involved. Be fair. You're on a new journey and it's vulnerable, so call to protect yourself in this stage and go forward and be new, brand new in this love affair. I'm going to read you 2 more cards, guys, from the books, because I'm reading Tarot. Those are different messages, and then this is a Thanksgiving special, so I'm reading some of Oracle cards, which are going to come from the author. So I don't read those. I've got 2 more for you, and then I would love to share with you a few runes before I go. So this is number 40, which is again number 4, which is Owl, Wisdom Keeper. You have some lovely cards today. Owl, I just opened right to it. Wisdom Keeper, vibration is of the soul. The key word is wisdom, truth, and life direction. The owl is the eagle of the night, carrier of vision. It navigates through the veils of darkness and illusion to the wisdom that can be found deep within the soul. Traditionally, owls appear just as a death is about to occur. This may be symbolic as well as actual. Owl reminds us to listen rather than speak and to appreciate the gifts that silence and watchfulness brings. Owl shows that your life direction has led you to places of wisdom and understanding, and that you are or have been successfully navigating your way through some dark nights of the soul. You are being advised to spend time in silence away from the crowd so that you can make very personal decisions about your life path. Owl is watching and guiding your soul to its rightful place in the universe. Trust the process. If asking a question of the cards, the answer is to navigate your way carefully. Don't be tempted to hold on to something just because it's there. Expect there to be a death of the old around you, and all will still be well. Watch, wait, and be wise, and love your fears to lighten the shadow. So yeah, don't cling. Don't cling to anything on your new changes. Let the past be the past. And you can see that. You have the key to your soul. You have the lock, and you have the key to your soul. The dark night of the soul, going through a transition. And be safe while you do that, okay? Be safe. Hey, kitty. Okay, 1 more card and some runes. Let's see if I can remember the runes as they mean, what they mean. Let's see here. Wow, okay. So we got 3, which I wasn't expecting, but the trip is that we have 3 owls in this reading. We've got Uluka Vahini, she who rides the owl brings justice. So there is some justice coming through in this relationship. So hearts are one to be true and just. So the justice will come out in the situation how it is supposed to. Things will be resolved. And Pueo, guardians of Amukua. She's got 2 owls on both sides. Her heart and head are there. I think those earrings resemble her heart, and then the halo around her head. And then we've got Ajna Durga, power of the good. I'd like to look a little bit just to read some of these numbers. So I've got 6 for Pua, 24 is 6. Ajna Durga is 6, power of the good. Those are victory numbers. And 8 through the portal of the Lion's Gate to the 5th dimension. She who rides the owl brings justice. So this card means to get to the 5th dimension, we need justice. And we'll start with the victories. The guardian of Amakua. just going to read one top part of these cards. No matter how compelling an experience of challenge, darkness, or defeat may seem, you have divine protection and the promise of safe passage through to the dawn. You will see and hear truth of the light. You shall not be alone on this journey. Soul guides you now, helps you to find your true north. If you have been proceeding along a dangerous path, even unknowingly, Pueo will navigate your safety home, away from evil and ill wishing, guiding you back to your higher purpose and sacred path, wiping that slate clean from the dark night of the soul. Hurrah! That's a good sign. Ajna Durgna, power of the good. You need never lose faith in the power of good. You need never lose faith in how much you can accomplish as an independent and inspired individual in the world. You need never believe that you are alone or without divine protection. You need never fear evil. The third eye of the Divine Mother sees all things, is ever watchful and ever just. She births through holy vision the manifest power of good in all realms. Her gaze is upon you now, and trust her. Om Durga. Fantastic. And then to get to the fifth dimension, we're going to use Ulakua Vahini. She who rides the owl brings justice. These are great cards, you guys. Great messages. I am the goddess of karma, wealth, and balance. I come to correct adharma, so negative dharma, that which is dark, unnatural, and against nature. Life, love, and goodness. I redress the misuse of wealth and power. I enact divine justice and restore divine order. Trust in the innocence of your own soul and fear not, for I am ever watchful, and my power brings truth. Divine justice is always brought to bear. Thank you. Okay. And last but not least, for your Be Thanksgiving together in your union. Show me the runes of union today. What the union should know. The less you give me, the better. And the more direct and the ones that are real and the ones that I can read. Okay. So, Fehu is wealth and cattle and prosperity and having wealth and cattle and honoring wealth. Fehu. And we've got Lot, which basically means cup or holding on to luck, faith, felicity, cattle, but it also means vagina. So sex, love, prosperity, but in this fertility way. Oh, the arrow, I'm wondering if it's Rahu or the arrow being like male fertility, prosperity, union, passion, force. So you have the female and the male energy together, Lot, vagina. I think the arrow, I don't remember the name, but male energy and wealth within this relationship. So fertile wealth, sexual union between the male and the female energy. That is fantastic, you guys. Always surprising to see what comes up in the cards, but ever grateful. Thank you so much for tuning in to me and enjoying my lovely message for the Twin Flame Union this evening. Namaste. God bless. Please like and subscribe and tune in whenever you can. I'm usually trying to post 3 times a week. Have a wonderful, wonderful Thanksgiving and full moon tomorrow. Full moon in Gemini.